and with their knowledge of modern Greek, the language of the monks on Sinai. And the 6 travelers arranged to start about Christmas, the early part of the year being the most favorable season for crossing the desert. A 7th traveler, a friend of Mrs. Lewis, Mr. Rendell Harris of Clare College, joined us later on at Suez. We all felt the importance of the undertaking. We all valued the privilege of assisting, in some way, at the recovery of such a treasure. To my husband and myself, this journey was also the realization of early dreams, the fulfillment of a never quite forgotten fancy. And now, as I sit in darkness and solitude, and remember the wonderful time, so different from the even tenor of our English lives, it seems to recede again into the realms of romance. I think of the boundless freedom of the desert, of its golden light and eternal sunshine. I listen to the sound of falling waters and to the waving of the palm trees, where I wander hand in hand with my beloved, and I hardly know, is it a dream of the past? Is it a vision of the future? But now to business, for this book is intended to give a practical account of our journey to Sinai, how we bestrode our camels, how we ate and drank and slept in the desert, how we settled in the convent garden, climbed to the top of the holy mountain, and finally carried home in our saddlebags the hard-won transcription of the great palimpsest. End of introduction. Chapter 1. Cairo. At home it was midwinter when we, in warm and sunny weather, arrived at Cairo, at the far-famed Shepherd's Hotel. It was full of travelers from all parts of the world, and many of them made it, like ourselves, a welcome resting place before going further south or east, and enjoyed from its broad terrace their first full view of Oriental life by watching the moving panorama of the street below. It was like a scene from the Arabian Nights revived for our benefit, as we reclined in comfortable rocking chairs under the large awning in front of the hotel, and leisurely sipped our afternoon tea. On the pavement close to the terrace wall squatted a row of porters, each on his own little mat. Their legs were bare, but their heads carefully wrapped in bright-colored turbans. Motionless they sat. The smoke from their pipes was the only sign of life. But the landlord calls, and instantly, with loud vociferations, a dozen brown arms are fighting for the letter in his hand. The conqueror hides it in the bosom of his long blue shirt, his only visible garment, and is lost in the crowd. The others return contentedly to bask in sunshine and tobacco smoke. 2 handsome fellows in white tunics with flowing sleeves and gold-embroidered vests run abreast at full speed along the middle of the road. They are the forerunners of a great man's carriage. Here it is, a big, burly, moody-faced boy in semi-European attire sits by the side of an elderly mentor. It is the young Khedive. The crowd halts for a moment and salutes the sovereign by touching brow and breast with the fingers of the right hand. A few devout subjects prostrate themselves, with the face to the ground as in the mosque when the name of Allah is mentioned. He is gone, returning to his mother's country residence from his daily visit to the official palace in Cairo. Now native soldiers march past, with their band, led by an English officer. Whatever these sons of the desert may think of drill and confinement, evidently they are proud of their smart uniform and enjoy the martial strains of the music. A Greek priest in black gown and high cylindrical cap makes his way with downcast eyes to cloister or cathedral, seemingly unobserved by the multitude. A dark-skinned policeman, who seems hardly at home in his tight coat and trousers, pats a riotous nigger gently on the back, coaxing him to move on to a more convenient spot. He looks fierce enough to bully any foreign traveler.